Welcome to a brand new episode of Too Far Talk. I'm Dom Delanucci.
I'm Jershua.
And I have no funny pickup lines in this episode. Last week was bad. I don't want to do that ever again.
No, we're doing that every time. Every time's another bad pickup line.
Fine. Nightingale.
All right, we don't have to do this anymore. We can stop while we're ahead.
That was the mic test jingle that I was making sure the mic was set up good.
Yeah.
You're welcome for this little behind the scenes action here.
Okay. The creating of we're going to release the 250-hour making of Too Far Talk DVD that you can put in your PS2 later this year.
I like that.
Later this year.
I like it.
Yeah. We'll make 5 copies. We won't be able to give them away. I'm
really tired of looking at Kratos' ass.
I can never get tired of that, man.
I've been looking at his ass for a minute, though.
Yeah. All right, here's something that bothers me. So I could get it when, like, God of War 1 through 3. Kratos is actively killing, fighting, all this other shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what is the explanation for him staying ripped as a dad? Shouldn't he have, like, a nice dad bod going?
I mean, he does. I don't even turn him around.
Yeah, turn him around real quick.
Have you not played this?
That's Atreus. I don't want to look at Atreus. That is not a dad bod. If my dad had a bod like that, I would fear him.
That is old man muscle, though.
It's old man muscle, but it's not a dad bod.
He's a god. I guess, Thor is fat in Ragnarok. So.
Yeah, Thor has the body type that I wanted Kratos to have. I
don't want a fat Kratos.
I want a fat Kratos. I would love a fat Kratos.
Dude, I'm fat in real life. I don't want a fat Kratos.
I want just a little chubby little Kratos. I want to punch him a little bit, and he goes like.
No, what's really confusing is how big he is, and even he's swollen, fit, and everything.
Yeah. And
then how small Atreus is.
Atreus didn't get any of his genes.
No.
He got all of his mom. Even his little mom's penis.
So, I looked up, and I'm sorry for people who don't know my room. I have a pirate ship on a bookshelf in here.
I love that.
And Jarish was telling me something earlier.
Don't blame me.
Don't
blame me for
Would
this.
you take Somalian pirates more serious if they dressed as pirates?
Okay, so my whole thing with that is, if I was working on a cargo ship, this is what the conversation was basically becoming, because we were watching South Park. It was the Somali pirate episode, and it really did make me realize, like, if I was working on a cargo ship, right? I'm just doing my work. I'm just trying to make an honest buck, and then out of nowhere, a 18th century frigate pulled up alongside my modern day cargo ship. Yeah, and it was a bunch of Somali pirates dressed as 18th, 17th century pirates, like peg legs, everything.
So, are we talking about like Captain Hook or Jack Sparrow?
Both. Why not both?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I want a little shmee in the back, just like being gross, and I just want them to be like, "Arr, my hearty, we are here for the booty." Like we're just, and I yelled at them, "We're just shipping a bunch of Temu products, man. You don't want this."
Yo, did you like the Pirates movies? Like Pirates of the Caribbean, of course.
Yeah. We got to specify which Pirates movies we're talking about. I watched the first 2, and I liked them. I didn't see any of the other ones that everyone continued to fall in love with, even though they weren't.
I wasn't really a big fan
what I heard?
of the last one. What was that? Stranger's Tide?
Okay.
Or is that World's End? I think it's Stranger's Tide.
All the titles sound like they could have been the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Like you could just watch them out of order.
I mean, really, Curse of the Black Pearl does not seem like a very good name for a first movie. Like, I feel like it should have just been Pirates of the Caribbean. Blank.
Caribbean.
Yeah, whatever. But I feel like it should have just been that. Because you usually put second, like, part 2 on titles for, like, sequels.
So, what, like Jurassic Park 2, The Lost World?
Yeah.
But it had that other line, though, The Lost World. They could have just called it Jurassic Park 2. Like, Jurassic Park 3 was just called Jurassic Park 3.
Yeah.
But that was a big old stinky stink.
But, like, Fast and the Furious.
Yes.
So you got Fast and Furious. And Too Fast, Too Furious. I mean,
that was clever.
That was clever.
That was good. I was like, okay.
But then you got Fast and Furious. Tokyo Drift.
Yes.
That is that is after the first one.
Yes.
Now, what if it just started off with Fast and Furious, Tokyo Drift, and you'll be like, okay, there's not any more before this?
We're chronologically confused, basically.
Yeah. And plus Black Pearl, like when you hear a name Curse of Black Pearl, like, okay, what's Black Pearl? Dude, I went a long time not understanding that movie and not realizing that the Black Pearl was the ship. It was the fucking ship.
Captain Jack Sparrow, you're the captain of the Black Pearl, but no longer. Now it's me. I'm cursed.
I was a stupid kid, man.
We all were. That was the cool thing about being a kid. You were just dumb.
Like,
you get away with being dumb.
I watch TikToks now, and it's like they like do a lot of nostalgia stuff, video games, TVs, movies, and there's like so much meaning behind it. Like there was one, oh, here it is. That's what I remember now. Last night I was laying in bed. I was on TikTok, and I was scrolling, and I get to a scene from Teen Titans. Not Teen Titans Go, Teen Titans.
Okay. The good one then, objectively.
And Starfire. You know Starfire is, right?
I know Starfire is, yeah.
Starfire, I don't
personally.
I don't know the context. You know, TikTok's only so long, so you don't get the context. But somehow or another, she time traveled, or something happened where it's like 20 or 30 years past, something like that.
Yeah.
And she, they're like, "Whoa, what's going on? Like, you left us." And Cyborg's old, and Beast Boy is fat.
I like the idea of Cyborg getting old and he's not upgrading his processing unit. And he doesn't have the new NVIDIA graphics card. I'm running off of a 1080 Ti, man. I can't do this.
But then Raven was being Raven, and then
stole Raven.
And then it was Nightwing instead of
I remember
Robin.
that episode. And, that was actually kind of cool.
And
wasn't Beast Boy like fat and like balding?
Yeah. So get to the point.
Yeah, do that.
The point being is that people in the comments was like, "Oh man, this was such a good storyline." Like, I did not pay attention to storylines when I was a kid.
No, you paid attention to like the fights.
Yeah,
and the goofy stuff, the comedy stuff.
I watched a lot of Teen Titans.
Yeah.
But I don't remember there being a storyline.
I think that's kind of the point though, because it's like going back and watching the original Batman animated series.
Yeah.
Like,
there is a story.
There is a story, and like each episode had like this thing going on. And as a kid watching it, I didn't really grasp like what this was meaning. But as an adult, you go back, and of course you can go on YouTube, and there's like a billion retrospectives on each individual scene.
And you're like, dang, I didn't know all that was happening.
Yeah.
I just thought it was another Batman adventure, like another Batman and Joker adventure, just being...
Yeah, just being goofy, kind of having a good time. And someone might die, but...
Just always fighting, always getting arrested, always get out.
Always get out. It's the cycle. The Joker, Mark Hamill Joker, which, in my opinion, still my favorite Joker.
Mine too.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the only impersonations I can do. I'm not going to do it. Oh. Just to laugh.
Oh, okay.
I can't talk like him. I can just... but I ain't going to do it.
Oh, my God. I wish I could do a Mark Hamill Joker impersonation. I feel like a lot of people do wish that.
I can't do voices, but I can do sounds, like laughs. Laughing is a sound, in my opinion. But like voices, like if you tell me right now do a British accent, my go-to would be like, "Can you get me a bottle of water?" And that's all I can say.
It's the meme go-to.
Yeah.
Hey, let me have me a bottle of water.
And then
you good drink.
And then I got the Hispanic. Almost because I was raised by Hispanic people.
Okay.
And so I can kind of do that, but it's only like one sentence I can do.
What is it?
I can't do it when I'm asked on the spot.
Okay.
I get nervous.
You got to prepare for 2 weeks.
I really do.
Oh my God.
I'm not good at impersonation. I can probably do a Patrick Star pretty good.
Yeah.
But I can only do like, "Hey, who ate my chocolate?"
Or the firmly grasp it.
Firmly grasp it.
Firmly grasp it. Yeah.
But I still put too much something in Patrick.
I think the whole thing with like impersonations are fun, but I think nowadays everyone wants like an original sounding voice.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's where I come in.
Yeah.
Because I can make up cartoon voices. Like, I should be on like an Adult Swim cartoon. Because I can come up with the goofiest voices. Like, I can do Uncle Grandpa.
You can, and that freaked me out when we first met. And you just threw that out there. I was like, oh, I didn't know it was gonna be like this. I didn't know we were gonna have this kind of friendship. That's cool.
Dude, Uncle Grandpa's stupid, man.
Uncle Grandpa.
I used to stay up all night just to watch them late night Adult Swim shows.
Did people like Uncle Grandpa?
I don't think so.
Right?
I don't think so. But
I feel like it was this weird transition period of like animation where people were like, we don't want stupid pointless cartoon.
Not me and my friends.
Yeah, I like a dumb cartoon every now and then. It's fun. It's like Tom and Jerry's a dumb fucking cartoon to me. But it's just slapstick. Yeah,
but I can get what people saying. Because, like, look at Squidbillies. I love Squidbillies.
Squidbillies is pretty good.
But a lot of people don't.
Yeah. Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
I was driving down the road the other day, and the song just popped in my head, and I was like, Shake Zula, the Mike Ruler. I ain't going to finish
Get copyright struck. You stupid fooler.
And I got done, and I was like, well, that was pointless. Why'd I do that?
Because the show still slaps. I think I saw the movie on Hulu, the Aqua Teen Hunger Force movie.
They have a movie?
They have a movie.
That's another one of them shows that I don't pay attention to a story. There might be a story to that.
There isn't.
Okay.
There isn't. But I watched the whole movie from beginning to end, and my girlfriend was on the couch watching it with me. And she was so, like, half the time, mouth open, confused.
That's all it is.
Confused. Yeah, just like, what is this? I'm like, hold on, this is a good part. The part happens, and I look at her, and I was like, pretty good, right? She's like, what is this? So I'm like,
If you just suspend your disbeliefs and just have fun and stupidity,
yeah,
then you'll have a good time.
Well,
especially if you talk to get a salad made out of devil's lettuce. And
there you go.
If you get a salad made out of devil's lettuce, it's even more funny.
Yeah. The weird thing is, like, my girlfriend likes the Tim and Eric
show. My god!
And then she also likes Eric Andre.
I love Eric Andre.
But if you think about it, like, Aqua Teen's basically kind of that. It's not skit based. It's just animated stupidity, randomness, and doesn't like it. She does not want anything to do with it.
Aqua Teen?
Yeah, Aqua Teen. It's not like she hates it. It's just it's not funny to her at all. And maybe
has she ever watched like Squidbillies or Smiling Friends?
She's watched Squidbillies.
Which you put me on Smiling Friends because I haven't really watched new Adult Swim stuff in a couple of years. And you're like, hey, Smiling Friends is good. And I was like, bet. And then
you were doubtful. I saw your face. You were so doubtful of it being good. And then we watched like a few episodes together, and we were just like cackling and rubbing our bellies and just like, we were having a good time.
And it started snowing.
Yeah. It did start snowing. Yeah, that was cool.
That was cool. Smiling Friends looking out.
Watch the Christmas episode.
All throughout Nashville, there was like posters of like signs of like bus stops and like random, like the little boxes that control the red lights.
Yeah. Of the Smiling Friends.
Yeah, it was like Smiling Friends ad is like all over Nashville. And I'm like, what the. Who is doing this?
Who put this up?
So when you told me about it, I was like, what's happening?
And what is this?
And then I watched it, and I saw the flyers again, and I'm like, somebody likes this. Somebody's really trying to advertise this show.
It's a good show. Anyone listening, if you haven't seen it, go watch a couple clips on YouTube and, support the show. Maybe hilarious. Buy the box set.
Rick and Morty used to be funny.
Yeah. Did it?
You want me to tell you what happened?
It was entertaining. It's entertaining.
I tell you what.
I can watch.
I tell you what happened.
Okay.
That's one of them shows to where there's not a lot of longevity. You can only do so much.
It's like Star Wars.
No, Star Wars has potential. No one's taking advantage of the potential, and they're pushing an agenda instead of telling a story. But that's a different conversation.
That is, yeah. We don't have enough time today to get into that one.
But no, like what was we saying?
We were saying Rick and Morty used to be funny.
It used to be funny, but I mean, they start talking about like breaking the fourth wall, also like
a lot of meta humor,
another dimensions, time travel, and there's only so much you can do with it until it doesn't really make sense anymore.
But that's the sad thing about it is like Rick and Morty should have a limitless potential to be interesting because it's sci-fi.
It should have just been a mindless cartoon instead of trying to do all these crazy shits in it. You know what I'm saying? Like I think right now the Rick and Morty we got is not the Rick and Morty that was in the first episode. Which I think is another universe, but they don't explain shit. They just show you at the end of the episode and be like, oh, there's our universe. Bam, they're dead. Let's bury them in the backyard. Now we live in this universe.
So it's like there's no consequences.
No, there's supposed to be consequences.
They're supposed to be, yeah.
They're running from them. They keep getting in trouble.
Right.
And they have like 5 episodes where they're outrunning their consequences.
They do. The later half of... What season was that? Season 2 or 3?
I don't know, man. I think it was like 7 or 8 seasons now, isn't there?
There's a lot. There's a few.
There used to be a point where people were begging for a new episode.
I remember that like drought of Rick and Morty where there wasn't. What was it? A year or two?
Yeah, Rick and Morty? It was like 3 and 4.
Yeah,
it was like 2 years.
Yeah, there was a big gap, and
then it took off.
Yeah, and now I forget the guy's name. Yeah, now he's going
Harmon.
through. Yeah,
was it Harmon?
No, it's not Harmon. It's the guy that actually does the voice of Rick and Morty.
Oh, I don't know. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he's going through some stuff, and they got a replacement voice actor.
He's okay.
And, yeah, he's fine. Totally fine.
Mm-hmm.
I remember just reading comments when they showed like the first trailer of the new voice actor voicing them, and I remember everyone being so divided on the comments of just like either being like okay with it or just being like so against it and like I'm not watching this new season now because of this transgression.
That sounds like a fandom.
Yeah. and the worst part is I'm sure some of those people that said that they also posted video reviews of this. Like, dude, come on. You know you're gonna watch it. You know there's still a fandom, there's still the zeitgeist of it. Like you're gonna incorporate.
I think that's what made the first 3 seasons so good.
Well, the fandom coming together?
Was that there was only a few episodes? So it was pretty much just a mindless cartoon.
Yeah.
And then because it took about a year for another season to come out, and it was just a few episodes, it was just a mindless cartoon. And then once they got greenlit, I guess maybe they thought that they should add some story elements into it.
I mean, they could do that. They could still do that.
But now it's like story elements mixed in with the same old jokes.
But people like the same old jokes.
Yeah, I'm just being a critic.
I'm just being a hard ass.
I still like Rick and Morty. Don't get me wrong. I still watch that shit all the time. But I don't know what season I'm on anymore. I don't know what's going on anymore. It all runs together. I guess what I'm trying to say.
So I can understand that because I feel like the first season you could just watch any episode. Mm-hmm. You can go in, watch the last episode, watch the second to last, whatever. Mm-hmm. You can go in and do that and have like a good understanding of what the gist of the show is.
Right.
And that's cool. As you keep going on with the seasons, though, it's becoming more and more like chronological. You got to watch this episode to understand what's going on in this episode, and that happened 2 seasons earlier.
That's a good way to put it.
And yeah, man, and I get it. Like you're trying to, I guess the writers, maybe Dan Harmon's just like, I want the story to be there, and it's like, yeah, but dude, like,
you didn't need it.
You didn't. You had a good thing going. You could just go on random.
Maybe small stories, like 2 or 3 episode stories. You know.
Maybe, but even that.
Because that's what's cool about like.
Why not do a special?
Well, like sitcoms.
Do like an hour-long special.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Yeah. You want to have a story? Good. Yeah. Do an hour and a half long special.
I mean, that's how South Park told the whole hell story. It's the Tom Hussein and all that.
That's what I'm saying though.
That'd been perfect. But you see, also at the same time, like if you look at sitcoms, like first one I want to say is 70s Show because I watched so much of that.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be associated with what's his name. But
we don't remember any of these actors.
Oh no, I remember. I just don't want to say his name.
Oh, okay, good.
The guy that played Hyde.
Well, now you're just making it easier.
I ain't putting any name on. I ain't saying his name.
I don't.
Anyways, but yeah, on 70s Show, like you can tune into any episode and you're gonna get a good laugh. It's going to be fun. But if you watch it chronologically, there's a story going on that's being told in like 25 episodes. So every episode, they sprinkle in a little piece here.
Yeah.
But it's not enough to where you feel like you're missing something, you know? It's kind of like, something goofy's happening in this breakup. You know, that makes sense?
It makes sense.
Okay.
But I think people do that with their shows because they realize, like, well, the content that we have in our shows is designed for an older audience. Like with the Rick and Morty thing, the whole point of the show, like have you seen the pilot?
Mm-hmm. I love it. So, I love the first season, man.
Yeah. But again, the whole point of it is like this is adult humor.
Yeah.
Like the viewers should be adults. Like obviously on Adult Swim, majority of the viewers are probably not going to be adults. They're going to be like teenage kids and stuff like that.
Like I was.
Yeah, like I was too. Everyone was. When I was like 13, 14 watching Adult Swim.
I felt edgy.
Yeah. You thought you were the coolest kid.
Robot chicken.
Yep. But I feel like maybe they were realizing like, well, no, I want our humor to be more adult-based because maybe they were seeing what the fandom was. The fandom turned out to be a bunch of annoying kids that were on TikTok.
It really turned out to be the kids that they raised on their type of humor from the 90s.
Yeah, which they're kind of insufferable. A little bit. I mean, you could say what you want about Rick and Morty fans. I mean, technically, I guess we're Rick and Morty fans because we enjoy the show.
Oh, yeah.
Not as much as we used to.
I'm going to gripe, but I still love it.
Maybe that's why we gripe, because we love it to the point where we're just like, we expect better of it.
I mean, you can also say the same thing with different other cartoons, too. Because you can look back on, like, Johnny Bravo and be like, it could have been different, it would have been better, but it was still good regardless.
Yeah.
So, same with Dexter's Lab and everybody else. You can still gripe about some things. If you want to cherry pick, or is that what it's called? Cherry pick? Like, picking out shit?
I mean, you can call it cherry picking, yeah, because you're just taking the best things from that show and you're justifying as like, this was the average. Like, no, it wasn't. You just picked 5% of the show.
Yep.
The other 95% was not good.
Did you know that Seth MacFarlane worked on Dexter's Lab, Johnny Bravo, Cow and Chicken?
I could see him working on Cow and Chicken. I didn't know about the other two, though.
Yeah. I was watching him. He was doing an interview, and he was talking about his new TED show that I was going to tell you about.
Oh my god!
Which luckily, I can tell you about. I can tell you about that last before we hop off here.
Shit.
But yeah, he was talking about how he started on all that, all those shows before he got greenlit for Family Guy.
Right.
Speaking of Family Guy, real quick. They was also asking him about the Peter Griffin character on Fortnite. Have you seen him?
No.
It's Peter Griffin's head on a muscular body, and he's pretty much like you cannot beat him. He's hard to beat.
Okay.
So
he's OP.
So they're asking him like, does that bother you and all that stuff? He's like, no, it's funny. And he's like, he said, I seen that they didn't have the budget or something like that to make his body, so they like copy and pasted it. Dude, Seth MacFarlane went into a real life Family Guy cutaway mid-conversation. He's like, it's just like that time that they put Oprah's head over somebody's body, like someone's body. I forgot the actress, and you're just sitting there like, dude, is this why you have so many cutaways in Family Guy? Like,
I like to imagine like, having a normal conversation with Seth MacFarlane is just consistently him saying that, and then just in his mind he's creating new skits for his shows.
He's just fucking.
I really feel like
now that I see he has cutaways in real life, I'm like, you know what? I kind of respect the cutaways. That's how his brain works.
That's just him, man.
But anyways, Ted, the Ted series, it's just a prequel.
Okay.
It's just him. I think it's John. Is that his master's name? His friend?
His master's name. Whoa.
No, it's just a series of them like growing up together.
Okay.
And Ted is the same age and same humor and everything, but John is a boy.
He's still a boy.
Yeah, like I think in like 9th grade, like a freshman in high school or something like that. I haven't really watched too many trailers of it, but it looks okay. For Ted.
I gotta check out the trailer and see, man. But I don't know. I really hope that's a one season, just like I love 8-episode thing.
I love Ted 1 so much.
A lot of people did.
I can't tell you how many times I watched it. And I watched it on a downloaded USB stick.
Oh my god!
Like
480i.
Someone gave it to me, and
quality.
They They said
it's got Japanese subtitles on it.
No, it did have this one weird subtitle at the very beginning.
Yeah,
and you couldn't really see the very beginning that well because cameras back then.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was afraid of Ted too, so I didn't want that to ruin my image of Ted. The same way Shrek 4 or Forever After ruined my image of Shrek.
God forbid.
And I love Shrek so much. I watched Shrek the other night, and I was just quoting the whole movie. I love it.
I mean, I can still watch Shrek.
I love Shrek.
To this day.
Shrek 1, Shrek 2.
I will be an old man one day watching Shrek and rubbing my big, fat, old man belly, just having a good old time.
Shrek 3 was just, I don't like it. I didn't like the few clips I seen in Shrek 4, and I'm just like, I'm not going to watch it. Shrek 3 really messed me up.
Shrek 3 really you pan over to Dom. He's on the side of a road. He's just all messed up. He's a homeless man. And some kid like, Mister, what happened to you? And like, Shrek 3 really messed me up. So promise me. Grabs the kid. Promise me. You'll never watch Shrek 3. I'm like, Shrek 1 and 2 only.
And with that context and that happy ever after presented to us by Joshua,
sure,
we're going to sign off.
Yeah, we're out of here, baby.
I hope you have a great week and weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And drink your coffee, say your vitamins.
Buy milk and cream to put in your coffee so you're not like Dom drinking a black coffee, smoking a cigarette.
It wasn't that bad.
Okay.
It was okay. I think I'm gonna stick with black coffee.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not.
No, you're not.
I'm gonna get.
Don't lie to the good people.
I'm gonna get my cream and my ice and make me an iced coffee ASAP. I am a yippie. Yuppie, that's what it is.
Yeah, I like yippie more. I'm a yip.
I was just trying to think of Duck Dynasty. What they call city folks? Yuppies.
Yuppies. Is that a slur? Let's end on that.
So, let us know in the comments.
Yeah, let us know.
Guys, be busy.
All right, y'all have a good one. Enjoy your weekend.
Peace.
Or week or whatever. I don't want to date this video. Whatever. Who cares? Bye.